gimikuoro gi matokshen ni Sergeant Felix Tomwa mayango beru ng'at maneno lembe pawech pa police Izombo district isawa mikuny pare mubedi ngotesel pe the Town Council Vincent Chonga jawi juponji mi pe the Catholic Parish omiyo woro matokshen ni Sergeant Felix Tomwa pe mar pare me maro kudungom ni eni komete motije isa meto parinda paradek paduma eni e odiat madit minebi Chonga kwa ju polisi mangegi bende agi kwany kura pa Sergeant Tomwa motimo ni government kuluro parut mongo en bende kwayo bende juro tipa gamente cheke kujuko loka machoko mamego yagi koi sawa migi ni rut mongo karawe gichobo migi giloch e kare matokchen
wang majo go piet odoki kom mamongo mito mishidi bane sha en wangwa watie dano mage betimo tich magi ketu wachibu bedi ng'et mongo ne tich mare negi nye tich pa mongo kende go pe washeke mongo shiwa ketu wangwa mkeni tich mwatie tong arma teja ponji dini kudi ponji dini wala kudi gen mish mapira mongo meyo te chalo para
Honorable Innocent Onega Godfred mautie bende won kom dola dek mi pe the Town Council okwayo bende juro kumu ya sawa cheke gibeda yoba kom to binurek ipara ponega liel Sergeant Tomwa bedo ng'at mapile tek mebedo katiyo i polisi komebedo ja polisi mochweny SP Nelson Nahabwe mutie DPC Izombo district onyango juro pacho pa juro to nyaya ebilobo lembe pichol pajara to eni iparo pa Nahabwe liel Sergeant Tomwa Felix ubedo jaragor pare matira manke emaro tijene
transmits messages of transfer, but apart from that, he was my personal secretary. I had confidence in him. I had trust in him. Whether I'm here or not, or even whether the office station is here or not, or any other officer, we believed in him.
Isa mebedi otish mapare Sergeant Felix Tomwa uketo ponji mapol ni jo polisi matendo manke ma enomi gitego ni temu tich mamege genyole oril fachada kabungen kupira bero manke mondo tich pa polisi oril fachada kabungen pira bungen ya bora metimo tije e gon ngombe ni tingili kuny pare kadu shingasara nda para sel padima eni e pacho pagi madhe ingote sel paida Town Council Alfred Jawok West Nile TV LEMB ANGEYA
Wafoyo Alfred Jawok kanikeli wa LEMB ANGEYA maeni awia misukuru wa parangwen matongtong kudi district mi ajumani man moyo ubedu kupie mpa debate mapie mne okado i od rombo pa council mi district mira jumani onjima alan ubekeli wa lembene mazo kumai
Dekere padano manuangere kodi kabedo me madi maneno lempiem pa wiya sukuru bajlungu na debate ima ko chenka rachelo ko dano mo banana wigwa ko lole mezoka kodi ajumani district usha ko rombo madit ma usha ko sukuru mapol ni chido ni wecho pm debate enu pe oru elifu area ko pera yangwan mutimare kodi katish madit mutie e ajumani district local government eni ka chakre pa district lembe usha ko sukuru maramo aparadek mazoni ay kodi ajumani man achel u ai kod imayo macheka gichigi nyutu anyonga megi matlempa piemne ubedo tie ni ponjo arado ikom kitema loka pangom utie kodo man goko shushmutia kodanu isawa mi yabo durombo ne ngate manyinga tie amanzo ro William mutelo wedano mo ai kodi kabedo me zoka nyo mubenenu wigwa kulolima enu u fwayo danu sheke mo shedu man e kwayo geni wok ngbanka maleng man nyutu lembe matira magingayo ikom kiteme gwa kodo shuish mutia kodanu asu alun ekwayo luak dano ni woku yore moko migwa kuchushma kumenu chalo mebekelu adwogi marash ni dano ikinde utie mal pangom chalo adwogi pong papi.
Climate change and environmental issues are real. For example, in Uganda, we do not have any mechanism if nature is to think otherwise in form of regrets to check us. For those of you who are coming from Jaipi side, Arenyapi side and Ipakile side, you have experienced the bad side of the weather conditions that we go through. Every year there are instances of flood around that region. So it's one of the issues that we want to listen from you. Tell us what best we can do.
Honorable Mangape Lawrence mutia maya madit mer Ajumani Town Council ulungu awya sukuru shakani tiu kit kare makumenu ni nyutu kodu paru megi man nuangu kit ponji maber makan odo kitenge megwa ko swish magbikonu gi e anyim.
You as a student have been given the responsibility to speak your mind relevantly on a particular matter that concerns you and me. This is a very glorious opportunity. You've been given a platform to express it up to the depth of what you know.
Arafa Abdallah nyatin Asial mo ay kudi sukuru majalungu St. Thomas Aquinas RP College manuang reko di moyo ukwayo awia sukuru wa di shakani tiu kitiu makumenu man negwa kuswish mutia kudano maber. Emedu asu kawa shunia etie tishpadano shakani tiu karashelo kat maku gidar kudu adwo gimare shukumenu.
Shouldn't we embrace sustainability? We should welcome sustainability into our lives and homes, as they say charity begins from home. Together, I call upon all Ugandans to join our hands and fight against the impacts of climate change. Today, we shall rise and be the next climate activists of Uganda. Together, it is possible.
Amoko Ronald ande vuku mutiengate motelo widano muyo bo piempa debate neni ai kodi kabede madi ufoyo awia sukuru shaka mushidu man ewasho pile mutinyanok uket gibedu kare miyo bo piemneni awia sukuru misini akende man etikugen madit ni ormo binu gibi yobo shakubir irom mi primary.
So we do expect better changes next year. The better changes I mean is that this was secondary schools debate. So next year we expect to start from primary schools because we are expecting an increase in the budget.
Honorable Anyama Ben Muteja become Otabish Mayor Ajumani District ufo sukuru shaka mushidu piemnepi oruma eni man ekwayo geni bedu kuwaro ketu shwingi man tiutish matek kara gibed ni jotela ma uti ya nyimpien shaku piemi debate manang padi sukuru nyutu ayi paberjaratela mashwin.
You must have discipline. You must have order. You must have guide. And you must have critical thinking. Otherwise you can fail. I want to congratulate the schools who have reached this level. Congratulations.
Dikere padano mu tie kalwenyo pilule mezoka utie asial mo ai ko dikabede memadi magwashi gbishwaku piem pawia sukuru si nya karshal ko primary bajalunya debate pi oru maramu abish mu binu I anyim karawia shopun wangish maber kan doki kom lem pachuch mutia ko dano man ke yormi gwoke shalo pedien pis ushaki unshima alan West Nile TV LEMB ANGEYA.
Jukwayo jorotela matungtung ni maro lempidu yen kara ni kelo alokalaka maber iyamo wakawinjle memapol kudibang Benson Pastore.
Jutela matungtung uluongo dhano pinipidhu yen pinigwa kuchwish man nikethu aloka papolo mubedo marash pi oro mukadhu ube maber. Yupa Restitute Team Uganda Rural Initiative Alliance for Development kuyub mukende remuwo kuparu pikethu aloka papolo ube maber. Hofin jakuonga mutie program manager pa Restitute Team Uganda unyuthu nilwag dhanu kitemayub eni ubeshiwo thukodo.
We have a number of activities which we are doing, and this project is initiated by 3 organizations, four. We are talking about Rete Uganda, we are talking about Riyadh Foundation, we are talking about CAPS, and we are talking about CES. So these 3 organizations came together in attempts to mitigate climate change. But we said since the world is talking about localization, why don't we actualize localization? So we sat down, agreed, asked ourselves what could be the problem when it comes to environment. We realized one of the problems is people are not planting trees, people are not advocating, we are not training people on how to do it. So this project has come, 1, to promote tree planting, 2, advocate towards preventing and mitigating climate change.
Bernard Biaruhanga mutie Janen Willim ite steady action community empowerment uluongu jutela matungtung pininenu nia yub eni uwotu maber.
So what is the message? The message is we appeal to all stakeholders, whether direct or indirect development partners, to come in to support this agenda.
Sheka Linda Mutie, Program Officer for Community Access to Inclusive Programs. Unyutu niluak dano ikumbero magishopu kanuangu iteyu majuo kodu eni.
Some of these species, they help in a way that you can secure your boundary with some of these species. Like the vulnerable, the disadvantaged are always looked at. They're always undermined in community, like their lands are being grabbed away by the able people. So when they have these trees in their boundaries, their boundary is already, their land is secured.
Desire Zibia Muti Jaratish Ashel Kururo Initiative Alliance for Development Uweshunia Pikare Mapol Gitiu Kud Umikchwak Matungtung Piketu Yup Eni Uwot Maber.
To partner with different organizations, it helps in teamwork so that the organizations can move faster and other things can move hand in hand. For us, having different organizations, there is teamwork. So sometimes the ups and downs, the downs are like they are less.
Franesca Yishia Muti ngati Ashel Munwangu Beru Iteyub Eni Udwa Kufoshman Unyutu Niluak Danu Mukende Kitema Yubne Ubewotu Kodo.
We are one of the beneficiaries, and this is our first time benefiting from this climate green action that organizations are taking, and we intend to plant around the church for to maintain our border, also for fruits for children and for decoration around the church.
Tish Madano Timu Mashalu Tongyen Tiu Kungo Marash Man Bayo Susu Iwang Pimumol Re Maketu Aloka Papolu Bedu Rash Wang Mapol Jutela Karashelu Kuyu Matungtung Uwo Kuparo Miluongu Luagdano Mikabedu Pinigwa Kushwish Iyore Mipiduyen Piniketu Aloka Papolu Ube Maber Kashirot Fancy Oraku Benson Pastore West Nile TV LEMB ANGEYA
Wajig LEMB ANGEYA maeni kulem tugu Sukuru miranya fio man ole parents uduogu ipashku kopu magiloyo kudu tugu mi cricket matugu neo bedu adura migulu Oraku Benson Pastore obedoli wadulembene mazo kumai Sukuru mi anyafyo man oli parents oloyo piem patugumi cricket mubedikin region. Sukuru miranyafyo man oli parents primary uduogu ipasho ku kopo magiloyo kudo piem mitugu pa cricket mubedu pi thing region mimalo pa Uganda mubedu yadura migulu. Sukuru ario negizo mutie yadura mirarua ubedu jo ario kende mubedu itugune kakar West Nile ku jumu kende muaye kudi region mukende.
This is the second time of winning the trophy, and I feel very happy. I can tell my fans to join cricket.
Just thank for having this time. My forward friends, I wish you to join this game. This is a good game. This is where your talent is. Come and help us. Come and join us together.
Anguyu John japonji milem tugu isukuru miranyafyo primary unyutu wanyonga pare mane nyutu nilwak dano kitema lemb tugune okado kodo igulu man kitema gigiero kodo lemb tugu mi cricket isukuru ne.
The game of cricket is a kind of a new game here in West Nile, but Anyafyo Primary School is a pioneer. We have started it with we started by just some stones. You throw to the other one, you catch small stones. We introduce banana fiber balls, and then you throw among yourselves. This year, we went to Gulu to represent West Nile in Northern Region Cricket Tournament, which was organized in Gulu City. We went last month. It ended very well. Our girls were able to compete with the 4 schools, whereby they won all.
Shandia Ronald jadit manenu LEMB tugu ya dhura mirarua okwayo luak dhano ni maru LEMB tugum matongtong.
We must impress, we must expose our learners in various sporting disciplines. We should not think about only traditional games like football, netball. We have so many sporting disciplines. Now the federation is expanding, and as I said, we must expose the talent of our learners.
Tugumi cricket mutie tugu mapodi oshako kago eni region mi West Nile man sukuru manok rema utie kanitugu ma ngomi Uganda utie mutie kanitemu maberu loyuzo itugu mi cricket ne. Nusura Giramia Oraku Benson Pastore, West Nile TV, LEMB ANGEYA. Maeni kelwa jiki pale LEMB ANGEYA kudua luri West Nile TV imedirasu kanineno programa besho mubini yuringe nyingan Nusura Giramia idogiri maber.
Could he have gotten a juicy deal that is there? That's the question everybody will be asking. But where next will he go is also another question that every other person is asking.
Exactly. And on whatever it is that he has written, he says that he will, of course, inform his fans on his next moves, and he has kept quite silent on his next move. Definitely, everyone is hungry, everyone is yawning. Just like you have said, getting probably to learn exactly where he will go next and all that. And of course, everyone's ear is itching, and then he definitely keeps that to himself and says whatever it is, or where his next move is, when probably it will come up, is something that he will get to discuss with his fans in there. And initially, before this actually came through, we did hear a lot of rumors coming through, which were very true, that a lot of clubs had wanted Mohamed Shaban. We knew the likes of the Gor Mahias, even quite some international clubs that initially wanted. Even in Uganda here, we did see Vipers equally chasing after the same man, there is Mohamed Shaban. But then there are a lot of bloggers that had come through, they were writing about his next move going here and there. But he also came through, I think you did confirm that and said he said he is not going anywhere, he's yet to stay put.
Of course, players can always mean to be like that. I've
Exactly.
dealt with
So
a couple
today,
of players now. Yeah, it's always a very big one, but I think I also wish him the best wherever he's going to go in his team. We're yet to find out what exactly that means. All over, Shaban lives now KCCA, that's official. And that was after he confirmed it. So after him confirming, that means we are looking at what next for him in there. But I'm looking at where exactly is he going, because right now, if you look at Shaban, he has already, his injury or surgery that he did, the injury or the knee is still not that you would think best. He risked it during the Uganda Cranes game. We saw that when he scored that goal, and also the celebration was a little bit hard one, which did not, of course, help him so much. You saw him limping. Of course, the walk was not that gentle, which affected him a little bit, I should say. But all in all, you would say that Shaban and the rest of the team have a lot of things that you could really want to see. The move he's going to should be a move that is not going to affect his knee.
Exactly.
Because if you're going to have an artificial turf play, it is still going to affect your knees, and that is one thing. So where is it going? Western Uganda, Western Africa, maybe Eastern Africa, maybe is it going South Africa? Whether it's going to that is the neighbors in here, maybe in East Africa. Some big things that you could be talking about. So it's so challenging and it's so big that you could really want to know about Mohamed Shaban. But I think a good move for him, and him getting back would add something, because look at how things have worked out for him. I think getting big money, settling would be one big one for him. And then two, the family is also one side that is demanding that you need always to work hard for them. So what exactly is he going to invest in the game? What is that he's going to invest in with the money that he would have gotten? So a lot of things that we shall be expecting in there, but I think it's a good move. For that is Mohamed Shaban right there. And maybe if he has left the team of KCCA and you're not yet knowing, could we also say he's remaining in the league?
That is something now that has been hidden from everyone, because we definitely don't know exactly what his next move is. And in his write-up, he did say he's keeping that silent for now, but then he will definitely also come through and, of course, inform his fans over his next move. So probably it could be, just like you had said, it could be that he's remaining within the league. There is a certain Ghana Premier League, what we're talking about. It could be that he could be moving out of the country because he has literally now sustained himself in the country. He has made himself, he has built a brand that is very big. He did finish very prestigiously, of course, taking in the golden the golden boot in there to his names, being the top scorer of the league and all that. So basically, I think it is time for him to also try again out, because at the first time he tried out, things didn't work out so well for him. He had to come back and rebuild himself into the different clubs that he has gone to, KCA, Onduparaken, all that. So basically, to me right now, I think he needs, if it's time for him to go out, probably it could be a good one. If he's also remaining within the league, just like you had said, he needs to ascertain his injury very well, unless otherwise some of the environments out there wouldn't really but it wouldn't favor him based on the injury that you just talked about.
Yeah, of course, a very big one. Now, of course, Mohamed Shaban leaves the team, but of course, in his statement, this is what it reads. Let me just get you what exactly it says right here from Shaban as he tweeted. Now, it's dear KCCA fans, it is with a heavy heart that I announce my departure from this incredible club after 2 unforgettable seasons. The memories made, victories celebrated, and bonds formed will forever hold a special place in my heart. I'm grateful for the unwavering support, passion, and dedication shown by each and every one of you. That is still him writing. And then, of course, here he says, as I embark on a new chapter in my career, I want to express my sincerest gratitude to the fans who have stood by my side, by me, through thick and thin. Yeah, through thick and thin. Then your cheers, chants, and unwavering support have motivated me to give my all on the field. Although my time at the club may be coming to an end, I promise to keep you informed of my next move. Your continued support means that means the world to me, and I look forward to sharing the next step of this journey with you. Thank you, the fans, teammates, and club management for every atom of support throughout my time here. You will always hold a special place in my heart. With gratitude and admiration, Mohamed Shaban. And that is one big one that he has come up with. So that is it, and that's not my word. It's a word from Mohamed Shaban, who has totally agreed and has said that he has bid a farewell to, that is the club of KCCA. So KCCA, what next for them now?
I think this is literally also going to be a shock for KCCA, because they have done, I would say they have done half of the off-season activities with Mohamed Shaban. Look at the training they did, where they did engage in all the players. Shaban was inclusive in the training and all that. And then some of the preparations, I'm quite sure. So definitely this is going to come through as a shocker to, there is Mubiru in there. But then, they always say the best dancer even leaves the stage, so there is time for everything. And a club will always do without even its best players. We've seen a couple of good players that did finish the season so well for there is every other club living in there and all that. So basically, I think this is going to be kind of some blow to there is KCCA, but I'm quite sure they will come through, they will pull through, and of course be able to identify someone that will literally fit in the shoes of Mohamed Shaban. And I think this is the time that KCCA is going to become very active in trying to get that very prolific striker, that very versatile striker, that very energetic and creative striker that at any given chance converts any pass into a goal and it touches behind the net. So definitely this is going to be a very big one for KCCA, and he is definitely going to leave in a very huge gap for KCCA that needs to be filled very soon.
Exactly. Now he confirms his exit from that is the team of KCCA after just 2 years right there, and that is one brilliant one for him. I think in the 2 years he has made a lot of achievements of KCCA, or he has gotten also achievements in KCCA Football Club, which would be one big thing to talk about. So all in all, I believe it's going down to the drawing board. What exactly do we need? Who is that player that they can bring in there? Who is that player that KCCA could work upon bringing in as a sharp striker like Mohamed Shaban? Shaban, when he came there, of course, he got other strikers who were there. But when he came and changed the things for the team, yes, you would see that a lot of things changed for KCCA, and things keep pushing here and there. So let's wait and see how that would be. But is this the right time for him to move is also another question.
It could be because somewhere I'm seeing at KCCA, I think they knew that this news was probably bent to happen. They started looking for to attaining the services of Uganda Police Forward Raymond Onyai in there. Yeah, exactly. They already into talks with him. I think they're trying to see possible ways of replacing the gap that, of course, Mohamed Shaban is definitely bent to.
Is Mohamed Shaban replaceable anyway?
We shall see at the verge of KCCA bouncing back this coming season.
All right, it's a very big one, of course. Putting on the shoe that has been left by the top scorer of the Ugandan League is one big thing that you should be looking into, because it will be adding a lot to that is your CV in case you try to prove whatever comes right there. Now, of course, leaving that there, Sulaiman. Now let's get to boxing, where of course we did see Segawa, of course, the Ugandan boxer, trying so much to squeeze out Ruben Villa to win the World Boxing Championship title. Yet in there, the green belt is always one thing that you can talk about. Segawa defied the odds and defeated Ruben Villa by unanimously, of course, decision in the trading about the Pearl Theater at that is Pearl Resort Casino in Las Vegas to win, of course, the World Boxing Championship silver featherweight title that has been right there. The man who was here recently, what is his name? This Daku also has this belt. You did see him having one of this when we hosted him here. He said this was the World Boxing Championship, the World Boxing Champions. So it's one of the biggest. I think this is a good achievement because the win now marks a significant comeback for that is Segawa, who of course had his moment, who previously also lost to that is Micro Kiaule in March. It was not an easy thing for him, but now he is proven and he's done it, and it is working out for him, which has of course put him so much with, of course, an impressive performance that he has put. It was 17-4-1 that he went in there, 6 knockouts. Brilliant, and Uganda is now again on the limelight in the boxing.
Quite a very good one, but there are a lot of Ugandans out there. If you follow boxing so closely, there are a lot of Ugandans out there that other countries are using, by the way. But then these days, I think they have realized their worth, and they get to definitely fight for the country. There is in Abu Dhabi called Idi Batamaze. He's a San Siro boy just near here. He's also trying so hard. And if you look at that, locally here, by the way, today morning, there is the president of Arua City Boxing Club, Honorable Osino Rashid. Did of course wave off around 4 young boxers that went to represent in there that is the Champions League in the names of Latifa Gift, Oleru Saida, and of course they all were defending champions of last year's boxing league in there for the country. And this is a week 5 over there is the boxing that of course will take place tomorrow at Club La Bonita down in Kampala. So the boxers did leave this morning quite ahead for this challenge. So meaning boxing is literally also trying to take shape everywhere, be it locally and all that. And I think people are getting to realize how paying this is, because it adds on to your CVs, and it adds a lot for you, by the a lot of privileges and all that. A couple of our own people here have traveled out because of boxing, just like the name you mentioned, Daku, that came here with that green belt. He is out certainly because of boxing. And then there is one guy, Edie, that is in Abu Dhabi, certainly because of boxing, and a lot more of the names that we cannot be able to mention here just because of time. So it's quite very interesting.
Yeah, very good one. I think things with boxing, it looks easier. Things work out for them, and they push and make sure that things work the way they expect. But all in all, I want to say it's still a very big and interesting challenge to talk about. Now let's leave that there and cross to what exactly is happening. Where Mulindwa on Tuesday had a press conference at the boss of Team Viper Sports Club. In his press conference with the journalists, he had said he is launching in what is called the Vipers Day 2024, and this is going to be on 27th. So the Vipers Day will have all the fans come through, all the players mingle around, and of course a lot of people that will be right there. And of course this, I think, is a good initiative in sports world for business wise, and for those who know sports business will be saying this is a good idea to talk about. So Vipers are the first team to start a day of their own right there, and it's going to be Vipers Day on 27th. What does this mean for the Vipers?
It means quite a very good one for Vipers, but Owen, I would like to refute one statement that you've just made. Vipers going to be the first to have a Vipers Day. There are a couple of clubs that have definitely had a fans day, and where you see a lot of activities running in.
Even Vipers had a Vipers Fans Day, but this is Vipers Day, not the fans.
But I think the activities
have attachment to
the fans only.
It gathers every other stake that you talk in the Vipers, including sponsors, the rest and the rest.
I think it's just I should say an improved version of there is the fans day. A couple of our clubs have done that. Even our club here, Dupraka Football Club, has done that and all that. So basically, I think this is quite very impressive, and it gets to give the feel to every other person out there a sense of belonging to there is the club Vipers that we are talking about here, because the couple of clubs that literally don't come through to ascertain the importance of their fan base. They don't come through to ascertain the importance of, I mean, how important the fans are to the club, and they literally don't understand that most of the achievements that in most cases come through to the club come in line with the fans, and it is something very huge that Mulindwa gets to, of course, acknowledge how important the fans are, together with the stakeholders, every other person that is involved in there is the artwork of Vipers. And to me, I think this is quite a very good one. If it definitely, I know it's going to work out. I was going to say if it works out, but the way I see and the organization, I'm quite sure it will definitely it's going to work out. And a lot of people, a lot of clubs out there need to borrow a leaf from Vipers to, of course, come together and acknowledge every other person, thank them and acknowledge their existence and how they have been of great help into the journey over the various clubs involved.
Now, Mulindwa in his press said it's a good one, yeah, because I've just told you, Vipers Day is so unique with a lot of features that are coming. But the fans, they always, most of the times, it's the fans that feel they should put this up. And most of the times, I've seen it's on rare occasions that fans' activities 100% succeed the way you would expect in there. So 4 years back, Vipers had this Vipers Fans Day. It's only that I think during the COVID that you could not see that work out. Two, it is why I'm saying it's the first of its kind, because Vipers is taking this as Vipers, not even the fans. The fans will only come and find everything is there, and they come and maybe participate, enjoy fun and that. Vipers, they will have a setup of how, of course, things are to be put in there. That shows the level of organization right there. Because if I know what Mulindwa was saying is that leaving things to the fans entirely does not yield the way maybe the club would feel. So with the support of the management in there, involving fans, maybe fans leaders and the rest would be an additional thing to put in there. But it should be something that is into the hands of the management of Vipers, and that's why they are saying it's the Vipers Day, because they will take every other incurrence that will come in there, maybe the cost and the rest for that, and it is going to unite a lot, I should say, because very many Ugandan clubs have challenges in managing their funds, and two, they have challenges in the funds leadership that come through that maybe you have this idea and it is not bought. Maybe it is this idea that is coming in there and it is not worked out. Two, it may have worked out when handed over to these same funds, and let's say no club management is involved, still it will fail because it will do it once, the next time it won't be there. Maybe that's the reason why very many clubs are not having their funds there continuing, because there has been mismanagement. There has not been smooth, let's say, transition, that this is what we have left for you in office as the next people who are coming in as funds leaders. So, but if it's in the club, of course, the president knows this, the chairman knows this, and the rest. And I think, for me, I think it weighs something in there. It adds value to push something. So it's interesting. And of course, we're looking into how that would be. I would be very glad to see that this works out because it's so interesting to talk about through the funds. I mean, the Vipers Day. It's just a thing, but just like I said, very many clubs should borrow leave and see that it is organized in the right way, so that you push in there, pushing the agenda that you need to push, because I know there are going to be speeches, they're going to be how the plans for the season is, because they're doing theirs on 27th. So these are the ideas that are coming. For those clubs that are trying to fall off, you should say this is the time.
Exactly. Just like you have given us a roadmap of how that whole thing is going to be like, how it's going to look like, what is going to be involved, who's going to be involved, the various activities that are definitely will go down with the activities. And I think it's quite a very good and very impressive. And a lot of clubs need to do that, especially the clubs that are doing the lower league divisions, that are participating there, that could probably wish to, of course, join in the top flights in there. So basically, it's quite a very good one. And for Vipers, we're waiting to see. 27th is not far, by the way. 20th is just on Saturday. Today is 18th, just a few days too. And just like you had said, I think they are doing this. 27th marks the end of, okay, it is when this month will definitely be ending. And we all know UPL normally starts in August. So I think just like you had said, this is the time that they will want to use to lay forward their strategies, because we all did see the Vipers loves winning trophies and all that. So last season they did miss the trophy into the hands of Darius Villa very narrowly. So I think, but just like you had said, this is going to be the time where they're going to lay in their strategies of how they're going to run the season. They're going to lay in their strategies of what is expected, and probably ask the people out there that will come through to tell them what the outsiders or the fans and the different stakeholders will be expecting from them and all that, so that they can harmonize this and run the season very smoothly. All right, that's a nice one and all right there. But of course, at the same time, I can tell you, Vipers will be having a game with an international club that is playing in the CAF, according to what Mulindwa said. And at the same time, he wants to give back to the ex-players. How many clubs have done that is also another question, but he will be calling them. He mentioned a few names like Tony Oduru, Owen Kasules of this world, names like Robert Chimuli, names like Mike Mutiaba. He says these are people he needs to award them, and of course for the job well done that has been right there with the club. I think good. So we're waiting to see how this would be, and how, of course, things will work out for such a team. Now, Wakiso Giants are also looking forward because the contract dispute is one big thing that they are looking into. They want Madoi. Madoi's Greece return is one big question that has come in there, because the defender is poised to return to Greece amid that is the heated contract dispute with his former club, Wakiso Giants. Why should you prevent a player from going away? It actually beats my understanding. I was reading that story, I think, and I tried to ask a lot of questions, and I did it did not come to a conclusion in my head, literally, because honestly, this is someone who is here and the person is supposed to return, and now you want to block the return of this player, and yet every other preparation every other preparation has been granted, the visas and all that, and this player says that his contract here is done, and the other side he still has a 2 years contract, I think, running and all that. So the whole thing is confusing, and I think before it hits back to them where other bigger bodies are involved to see that they pay fine and all that. They really need to back off a bit and allow Odoi to move very smoothly, because it seems his side, and based on the whole story, if you follow that very closely, you'll actually get to understand that he is a little bit, his side of the story is a little bit clearer compared to the side of Wachiso Giants.
Okay, now this is one thing which of course has dragged them up to the federation, of course, chambers, or the dispute chambers, where you're going to be seeing even a lot is being involved, because the agent and Doi are saying that Wachiso Giants has forged their documents of extending his contract to 1 more year, because Wachiso Giants claims that he had signed 1 more year extension on his contract. So that's one big thing that they are looking into. But for Doi and his agent, they are saying they had never signed any contract extension, and they are here. So after reaching, of course, that is Greece, yes, it's very hard for him now to do anything, because the team is still, of course, saying this is our player. And indeed, in Europe, in other parts of these people behave professional. If you have not done your deal, go back and finish it up. And that's how exactly the media deal was almost collapsing. Not until, of course, a few members also had to interject, and this issue went up to the federation. So now it's going to be a very big decision, because Wachiso Giants CEO, I'm talking about Sula Kamoga, stated that, of course, Madoi had indeed signed another 1 year contract. Sometimes players, by the way, they do. Sometimes it's a lie, sometimes it's true, because sometimes some CEOs also so funny that they add, and of course, extend contracts in there. And one big thing that I could tell you is that is one big thing that is coming. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how this should be ending. But for me, I feel it's a very bad one, because if you look at how exactly this guy went through a massacre with St. Mary's Chitende, that he played for the Uganda's youth team, and then including the Uganda Hippos, even in the AFCON under-20 finals in Egypt, he was very outstanding. You're blocking him a chance. I think then the persons in Wachiso Giants are not football lovers.
They could be based on I am seeing the two soldiers over Uganda Cranes that they recently unveiled as their head coach and assistant, and have a lot of work to do based on what currently is happening at the club. And of course, this honestly, it's not quite a very good one. Blocking someone to attain their fortunes, blocking someone possibly to achieve what they've always dreamt of for quite some time, it's literally not very right. So now that you just said the federation is involved, I think they need to get down and solve this very amicably, so that both parties get a win-win and no one goes very depressed. All parties, of course, are satisfied with the rulings. Yeah,
let's wait and see how that will be coming up right there. But of course, it's a bad one. And with that, we're taking a break. When we come back, we shall be